Guys, so today you are going to be able, that's my bad, hold on. Today you're going to be able to discover the characteristics of aquatic ecosystems and identify the plants and animals that inhabit each one. Inhabit means live. So we're going to find out the plants and animals that live in aquatic ecosystems. You're also going to be able to discuss and document each ecosystem. So let's review our key words here. Environment means everything around a living thing, environment. An ecosystem is a community of living things in their environment. A population is a group of the same kind of living things living in the same place. A community is all the populations that live in an ecosystem. And a habitat is where each population lives within an ecosystem. Okay, so remember, aquatic means water. And if you speak Spanish, remember agua, aquatic, very similar words, mean water ecosystems. Okay, so let's refresh our memory on what those could possibly be. Aquatic ecosystems, there can be two kinds, either a salt aquatic ecosystem or freshwater ecosystem. Okay, so here are the four kinds we're talking about today: ponds, marshes, swamps, and oceans. And at the end, you're going to fill out a sheet that looks similar to this. So freshwater ecosystems include, that's my bad, hold on. Ponds, marshes, right here, swamps, streams, and rivers, like the Potomac River that we see here. So again, all of these are freshwater ecosystems: ponds, marshes, streams, rivers, and swamps. Here's a fun fact. Only 3% of the water on Earth is freshwater. Let's talk about the first kind of freshwater ecosystem, aquatic freshwater ecosystem. Ponds are shallow bodies of fresh water. Take a look at these pictures here. These are what ponds look like. The plants that grow in ponds include water lilies, duckweed, algae, and grasses. The animals that you would see in a freshwater aquatic ecosystem include ducks, turtles, newts, that's this kind of lizard thing, snails, blackbirds, frogs, beavers, and dragonflies. So you'll see a lot of different kinds of animals in a pond. Another kind of freshwater aquatic ecosystem is a marsh. Marshes are areas of standing fresh water and waterlogged soil. They are often found near rivers, lakes, or oceans. This is what they look like. See how the grass is kind of standing in the middle of them? Very different from how rivers look or anything else. The plants that grow in a marsh are willow, water mint, cattails, bog beans. And the animals that live in a marsh include alligators, possums, cougars, cranes, type of bird, frogs, snakes, and crayfish. Another kind of freshwater aquatic ecosystem are swamps. Swamps are similar to marshes, but swamps are mainly covered by trees and bushes. So remember when we looked at marshes, what we saw was grass coming out of the water. But when we look at swamps, what we will see are trees. See how the difference here? It's a lot darker and there's more trees covering it. Trees and bushes. So the plants that live in swamps include cypress trees, yellow iris, cattails, and duckweed. That's the tiny plant that grows on top of the water. Some animals that live in a swamp include black bears, white-tailed deer, see his tail poking out there, it's white, wolves, possums, raccoons, snakes, snapping turtles, toads, and egrets. That's a type of bird. And now let's talk about the other kind of aquatic water environment, salt water. So before we were talking about fresh, now we're talking about salt water. The ocean is moving, it's salt water, and it's the largest body of water. The plants that you'll see in the ocean are seaweed, coral reef, and algae. See how the water is murky here? That's also algae. Salt water makes up 97% of our world's water source. That means most of the water on Earth is salt water. Animals that live in the ocean include sharks, turtles, fish, lobster, crabs, stingrays, octopus, and whales. Even some starfish.